The Friday Night Football Frenzy is brought to you by Nichols College. Learn, lead, succeed. The Friday Night Football Frenzy is presented by Bay State Savings Bank.
Coming up next on the Friday Night Football Frenzy. Big one in Division II as Shepherd Hill hosts Shrewsbury in Dudley. Big one at the mountaintop as Wachusett hosts Tantasqua. Doherty looks for the upset as the Highlanders host the Leominster Blue Devils. And a big border war up north as Groton-Dunstable hosts their neighbors, the North Middlesex Patriots. The Big Frenzy starts right now. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Frenzy. Kevin Shea, Andy Lacombe. Hard to top last night's game. We had the top cop game, of course, with Leicester and Auburn, but we're not going to top it. We're not going to compete with it. You can't do that. Some great games, though, tonight, the first week of high school football.
If you're new to the Frenzy, welcome, welcome. We've got some big ones tonight.
Streaming? Are we streaming?
Week one. Not yet, Kev. Baby steps. Here we go. Let's take you to a big one. Shepherd Hill and Shrewsbury, and here come the Rams. Alec Lindstrom huddling up with his guys as they came through the Dudley-Charlton AYF Mighty Mites. And here comes the Colonials of Shrewsbury. Chris Campbell, the sweep. He's sweeping. Campbell knocked out of bounds inside the Hill territory. Shrewsbury threatening first drive. Next play, Orlando Loggins with a big hit. Strips the ball. Alec Lindstrom recovers. The Hill defense makes a stand. After they trade turnovers, the next Ram possession, double wing, as you've come to know, Zach Magnus barreling over defenders. 51 yards to the house.
The strong man, Magnus Vermagnuson.
7-0 Hill. Shrewsbury responds. A little chicanery. Artie Corp drew it up. Halfback option, Connor McCauley, not really. Takes it down inside the 20. Corp was up there filming, but I don't even know if he got that on camera.
Wasn't in focus.
Second quarter. Drew Campanelli, he's a good one. Watch this, Jared Godek. Oh, baby! The tight end can ball. 7-6. Shepherd Hill, the conversion was no good. The Rams respond. Josh Gelb, like big brother Jake used to do. Taking off, and he is loose. Into the end zone, 13-6 Hill. Shrewsbury scoring the comeback win tonight on the road. 34-27, big one for the Colonials.
This is your time. Whole times you've been talked about in the press has been about, your brothers. Sam Opong, Yowan Smallwood, Tavian Vaza. It's your turn. Don't be his brother tonight. Be you. Be Tajon Vaza. Time to find out who you are. Time to find out who Terrence Jackson is. Time to find out who Philadelphia is. Time to find out who Evan Brunel is. Right on down the list. Whoever you are, you be you. Do your job.
Sean Mulcahy, he's got them going. He has got the Highlanders going. Always great at the General's Den to get the pregame speech from Doherty and Coach Mulcahy. First play of the game, the reverse flea flicker. Noah Gray going deep to Alan Link. Evan Brunel strips the football. Mike Opong scoops it. What a start to this game.
Mulcahy took it right down to the wood.
He did. Leominster getting it back. Gray rolls, fires a dart to Anthony Dandini for the touchdown. 7-0 Leominster. Ensuing kickoff. Tajon Vassar, just a sophomore, taking it the distance. 76 yards on the kickoff return, and we are all tied up at 7 apiece. After Leominster recovers a fumble on the Doherty 3-yard line, Dandini pounds it in. It's 14-7 Leominster in front. Dandini's a beast. 6'2", 233, does it all for him.
The great Dandini.
Second quarter, and this is why Gray is going to Duke on a scholarship to play wide receiver. Hurdles the tackler, runs through another tackler, and then lays the wood down at the end of that run. Great game tonight at the General's Den, Commerce Bank Field. Leominster gets the win, 28-20. Good showing for Doherty, though, on week one.
Fade to black, Tantasqua and Wachusett. Pick this one up. Third quarter, 21-0 Wachusett. Tanny throwing. Troy Waitkiss with the pick to set up the Mountaineers.
His dad will be painting that. He'll be painting that picture.
Love it. Later in the third, I've got his painting in my living room.
The great Mark Waitkiss.
Josh Furtado, I am like a bird. He goes into the end zone, 28-0 Mountaineers. Wachusett now pulling off a punt, a fake punt. Blake Lewis pulling it off, gets the first down. If you're new to chicanery, welcome, welcome. Wachusett's Anthony Bohonic finding the hole, and boom, the big fella. 55-yard run for the touchdown. 35-0. Wachusett, the fans are loving it.
That's a big cat. That's a guard in a running back's uniform.
Tantasqua driving late. This ball, defense knocked away by the Mountaineers. Is Wild still there commanding that defense? Fourth quarter. Wachusett on the goal line. Tijon Henderson takes it in. 42-0. That's the final. Mountaineers with a big start.
We have got Groton-Dunstable and North Middlesex tonight. First quarter. Joe Haskins
Focus
rolling
on
out
the
for
shield.
North Middlesex. Firing, defend the shield. Nate Forbes leaps and makes the interception deep in Patriots territory. Very next play. Michael Tamaro going up top.
Whoa.
And a great grab in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. It is 7-0 Groton-Dunstable. That's a good wing, too.
That's good shooting. That's our PGA Tour camera out there. Follow the golf ball, friends.
Groton-Dunstable defense, tough early on. Haskins scrambling around. Seamus Gelinas tracking him down for the big loss. Relentless defense. Patriots looking to answer. Dan DePano with a big run for North Middlesex. Using some blocks. Tough sledding. Good running. Gets a first down. North Middlesex on the option. DePano on the pitch. Excellent blocking downfield. DePano with the wheels. He's into the end zone, 18 yards on the score. Patriots trailing 7-6 after the missed PAT. Groton-Dunstable. Logan Higgins with a big run for the Crusaders. Higgs takes it deep into Patriots territory. North Middlesex defense, though, stopping the drive. Zach Wheeler stopping tomorrow in the backfield. Groton-Dunstable gets the win, 28-6.
All right, this is the Gonk, Rock Chalk T-Hawk. Look at that. Supporting law enforcement as they come out on the field. Tomahawks come roaring into the first quarter.
They're great Americans.
This ball picked off. Patrick Duffy, a great American author.
He's a great American.
An actor, Patrick Duffy.
He's a great American,
Dallas's Patrick Duffy. Look at, they got the fans going crazy.
The Northborough version of Patrick Duffy.
Yes.
He's a great American.
The crowd went wild, and that led to this. Max Sarasoli into the end zone for the touchdown. T-Hawk TD. And they've got the lead later in the quarter on the state defending champion. We hold for the dramatic. Ryan Berry finding Brett Sherman, and the march to the end zone continues. Algonquin, they were picked in some coaches' poll last.
They were Sherman.
They were picked last in the coaches' poll, Kevin. They win tonight, 13-7. Big upset, maybe, over Nashoba.
What's the playlist going to be like this week in practice?
Johnny Cash.
Abby Kelly, first varsity home game and night game against Oxford. First quarter scoreless game. Abby Kelly's Hemagald Osei Poku in for the touchdown. 6-0 Bears. Abby Kelly's Cyrus Bonsu playing some great defense, shedding the blocker, keeping leverage, and getting the sack. Going back to the Bears on offense. It is Bonsu with a big run. Bonsu breaking tackles, good stiff arm, good speed, just running tough. Excellent cut, great vision. Takes it down to the 3-yard line. That sets up a TD to make it 14-0 Abby Kelly. Second quarter, Greg Asari gets good blocking. Look at Asari's stiff arm. Get off me. Asari barreling into the end zone. 22-0 Bears. Now, third quarter. Osei Poku. Pokemon. Into the land of 6.
Come again?
30-0 Abby Kelly. You don't need a phone to find him. Just look in the end zone. Fourth quarter. Barima Owusu. He's into the end zone. Tough running. 36-0 Abby Kelly. And they win it. 36-0 your final. First home game, first night game. Abby Kelly coming out in style. They played very well as a team. Well-disciplined team, well-oiled machine. Credit to the coaches and the kids. They put in a lot of work.
Yeah, football, the only sport at Abby Kelly that my man Brian Morris doesn't coach, so they're going to be very successful, of course. Morris, we love you. We love you, Morris. All right, how about Shepherd Hill, Shrewsbury? Showdown in week 1. A lot of big weapons on both sides. Shrewsbury brings back a ton of talent, and that young quarterback, Campanelle, he is a stud. They can play. Big win for the Colonials on the road.
Yeah, now look at that Doherty game. Doherty and Leominster is loaded. Noah Gray, Division I player for a reason. Dandini, 6'2", 233, does it all for him. But you look at the line, and I thought the line of Doherty played excellent tonight. They have great skill guys, but they replaced a lot of guys up front on the line. They are there, strength to strength, size to size. They can play with anyone in their division and above, Division II as well. All right, we're just getting started. Plenty more in the Frenzy after this.
The Friday Night Football Frenzy is presented by Bay State Savings Bank.
All right, welcome back, everyone. We have Pam Larson's fried dough here tonight.
It's a
carnival atmosphere here on the Frenzy. All right, West Boylston and Clinton, we talked about this one during the preseason. The teams know each other very well. These kids work out together in the off-season. They work with Jeremy Frisch. This is a big one for both teams. Let's get into some highlights.
We used to work out together.
We did a long time ago when I worked out.
We are now rivals.
Now, the only thing I lift is fried dough. All right, this is Drew Bostic. This senior, Drew Bostic, rumbling into the end zone, makes it 13-0 in the second quarter.
Bostic's very athletic family.
And they get it from their mom's side.
Yep.
Ryan Grady gets the lateral from Mercier. Ryan Mercier, that is. And the Lions lead at 21-0. Now it's Bostic again. Breaking one down the right sideline. Look at Bostic's speed. That's what they're known for. Ask his grandfather. 28-0 after this touchdown in the third quarter.
Tooch is fired up. I saw a Tooch fist bump.
Here we go. The double wing. It is the toss to Brandon Anderson. He takes it into the land of 6. And it is West Boylston with an emphatic win tonight, 35-0.
All right, here we go. Uxbridge and Quabbin up in the North County. Listen, Uxbridge and Quabbin playing. These are the teams that were supposed to play Leicester and Auburn in Week 1. So Max White-Cohen unleashing a bomb, hitting Corey Moss in stride. And it's a huge gainer for the Spartans. This is a good matchup right here. A few plays later, White-Cohen hands off to Matt Johnston. He's in for a touchdown. Uxbridge is on top, 7-0. Later in the first, Quabbin's Ryan Malkowski. Returning, Zach Coffin hauling it in for Quabbin. And same drive, Malkowski hitting Coffin again, fighting his way to the house for the score. 2-point conversion is good. Home team leading 8-7, but Uxbridge responds. White-Cohen hits a sprinting Michael Rosa. Rosa takes a shot, hangs on. Nice play. Then in the second quarter, we move, and White-Cohen keeping it, running it into the end zone. He had a rushing touchdown. He had 3 passing touchdowns, 300 yards through the air. Uxbridge gets the win, 44-36.
All right, let's take a trip, friends. David Prouty and Southbridge. Kyle Ortiz, Argui.
Look at Frank, he's playing the secondary.
Takes the long pass from Benjamin Dean, breaking a tackle, running free, and running into the end zone. 6-0, David Prouty. Isaiah Romas adding to the lead as Prouty going for 2. The Panthers, Romas pounds it in, and it's 8-0, David Prouty in front. Now, Southbridge coming back on the handoff into the end zone. And it's 8-6. Prouty's lead is paired to 2. More from Prouty. George Javaris taking the handoff. Beautiful defense from Southbridge. They strip the football. Edwin Morales thinking scoop and score. Morales, it is a scoop and score. And now it is Southbridge up 12-8. Southbridge going for the 2-point conversion. And the Pioneers get it. 14-8, Southbridge on top. Javaris coming back, rambling into the end zone. Back and forth we go. After the 2-point conversion, it is David Prouty on top, 16-14. Prouty wins it, 48-36.
Joe Tebow, monster game for the Panthers. Bay Path and St. Bees. Here we go. Long way from Muggett Hill. Our Bay Path under a new head coach. Third quarter, Pat Dyer, tough run. Tackled face first into the turf. Ben Paquette, good teammate, helping him out. Get some of that turf out of there from the Bernardian Bowl. Bay Path punishing ground attack. Dyer, big hole, breaking multiple tackles. 18 yards for the score. Minutemen, tough on defense, as always. Joseph Lely, the end around. Josh Troy, big stuff in the backfield. This one down to the wire. St. Bernard's gets the win, 22-21. Big battle there.
All right, we got some more stuff for you tonight. Assabet and Hudson.
Some more
Good
stuff.
crowd on hand. Aztecs up 14-6 when we join the action. Gabriel Souza from Assabet Valley Tech, breaking tackles and then breaking away. Souza taking it the distance for the Aztecs. And we got more later on in the quarter. This time it is Jesus Pizarro for Assabet Valley Tech. Assabet, always a tough team, always well-disciplined, well-coached. Look at them run the wing T. There, I said it. And it's Pizarro with a great run. And this leads to another Aztec touchdown. They're taking a knee. Someone must have got hurt. So they were taking a knee.
There it is.
So we got some time in between this. We're going to watch the quarterback. Look at how he surveys the defense. Now here comes the cadence. Now it's a sneak. He's in for the touchdown. Assabet Valley Tech wins it 26-6.
All right, Gardner hosting Worcester Tech up in the Chair City tonight. Scoreless first quarter. Xavier Vargas throwing. Adam Pasquale with the pick for Tech. And the Eagles returning it back a little ways. Then it's Pasquale looking deep. Nick Boyd. Boyd stiff-arming, fighting his way down the 11-yard line. Pasquale connecting with Boyd again, and this time it is a stretch catch for a touchdown. 6-0 Tech. Fumble on the kick return. Worcester Tech recovers. Pasquale, Luke Hanlon down to the 3. They got athletes. Pasquale hand off David Kerrigan up the middle for a touchdown. 12-0 Worcester Tech. Gardner coming right back. Dylan Zarazinski running, crossing field, coming 50 yards for a touchdown. Gardner would go for 2, and they'd get it. They get the win tonight, 29-20 in comeback fashion.
Ray Richards, the Millbury head coach, dressed to the nines, like the old 49ers coach, Coach Nolan. This is Millbury and Burncoat, third quarter, 37-8, Millbury in front. Mason Broyles, the sophomore, with a tough run for the Woolies, just a sophomore. And now the freshman, Xavier Robles. Good speed. Robles spinning through tackles, takes it down to the 1-yard line. He did a lot of the work. You got to give it to Robles again. Robes into the end zone. Great push up front, too, from that offensive line. 44-8 Millbury after that touchdown. Millbury playing some defense. Mason Broyles picking it off. That's a name that Keith Jackson would be loving. Oh, Nelly, look at Broyles play a two-way game. A running back and a defensive back as well. It tucked to his daddy earlier. He loves playing this sport. Andrew Combs and the Millbury starters, tough tonight. Combs, you're on the frenzy. One of his goals is to get on the frenzy every week. Fourth quarter, Jack Cooney, just a sophomore, fires a strike to Timoteo Muizi for Burncoat. Then it is Cooney going up top to Nick LaContori for the touchdown.
The man delivering a strike.
And he high-pointed the football, 44-14. That is your final. Millbury wins 44-14.
All right, Quabog and Monty Tech. Monty expected to be tough this season. Quabog looking good early. Dennis Desitels to Cam Koss for the touchdown. Cougars are up 12-0. They had to replace a lot of offense last year. Look at them go. Monty Tech coming back. Charlie Griggs tossed to Tyler Pop. And Tyler Pop making things happen. It's got to say Pop. 15-yard line, rushing it down there. Griggs then, the keeper. Gets a good block in front, but Junior Fabian with the nice tackle for Quabog. Then going back to Pop. Pop gonna get in for a touchdown. Monty Tech cuts the lead in half. Pop gonna go in for 2. Made it 12-8. They had a huge second half. Bulldogs get the win, 44-20.
Pop goes the Weasel because the Weasel goes Pop. How about Millbury? They only graduated one player. Don't sleep on Millbury. And I heard that when I was at the game tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Millbury graduated only one player from last year's team. They had a good year last year. They are going to be very strong this season. I'm looking forward. In 2 weeks, we have Millbury and Uxbridge. I'm looking forward to that game.
Max White-Cohen can flat out play. He can throw. He's got a lot of guys back that he was throwing to last year, even though they replace a lot of stars like Oliver Sawyer. For Uxbridge, they're a high-powered offense. And, you know, Coach Richards, he's going shirt and tie. He knows he's got a team.
He is high-powered.
He knows he's got a team.
You're dressed in high-powered, yeah.
He knows.
You're not doing that if you think you're just playing around looking to eke out wins. They are a steamrolling express. The Woolly Swamp is back. We're back with more after this. All right, great local rivalry, and always has been here in the city. WPI and Worcester State University in college football. Perfect night for football tonight under the lights on the campus of WPI, and let us take you there. Remember, WPI coming off an impressive win over MIT in week number 1, looking to build on that. Second quarter, Engineers up, 28-0. Derek Pacheco fighting off a block and getting to the ball carrier. Third quarter now, Worcester State University linebacker Mike Quinn. Remember him from Northbridge. Breaking up the pass. The Northbridge star looking good. Lancers running. Matt Lazama with some good yardage, and Joe Lamb with a wicked stick at the end. Engineers defense on lockdown. Sam Malafonte coming up with the sack. Credit the defensive secondary, too, for holding their ground for a little while. WPI's 2-0. They win it tonight, 41-7.
On and off the field.
Nichols and Anna Maria.
Since 2011, Team Impact has matched over 900.
And this one being played with the Amcats, actually at Nichols. And Mike Abruzzese hauls in the catch from Chris Mullins for a first down. Mullins firing. Tony Martinoli looking for Tony Martinoli. It is tipped by Anna Maria's Javen Millhouse. And now it is Joseph Gianafrio breaking it down the field. Gianafrio breaking tackles and getting into the end zone, and it is tied up at 7 apiece. Chris Mullins, of course, was a great player at St. John's back in the 80s. And he's going to Tony Martinoli. Martinoli in the end zone. Nichols is ahead. Colton Hudson going for the two-point conversion, taking it himself. Good football name, Colton Hudson. He gets in for the win. And so there you go. Good game on the college circuit tonight. Nichols getting the win, 22-7, your final. All right, last night we had the top cop game. Auburn-Leicester, all the proceeds going to benefit the family of Officer Ron Tarantino, a Leicester resident, Auburn police officer who was killed in the line of duty. Over 5,000 people at the game. They raised close to $30,000. Andy, this was a great, great atmosphere and a great tribute.
Yeah, great game and a great surprise for Trish Tarantino, our oldest son, Ronnie III, back from Fort Bragg, surprising her and delivering the ceremonial game ball. There was a lot in this one, Kev, and the football game didn't disappoint.
No, it was incredible, and this is late in the game, and it's Nathan Powers to Kiev Wilson. Wilson showing some great speed, 95 yards to the house. And this makes it 16-7, Leicester on top.
Things look good for the Wolverines at that point. The Auburn team was able to respond after that huge play. Back came the Rockets, their senior leader, Saucier, hitting Luke Matthews, going in for a touchdown. Billy Mitchell had a nice game as well. Matthews is in for a touchdown. Rockets getting closer. Big crowd appreciating it.
Yeah, the crowd was fantastic all night long. And then Saucier faking the handoff, and he was great with the fakes all night long, running so tough, the 4-year starter. And he pounds it into the end zone, was not going to be denied. And now Auburn has their first lead of the game late in the game. And you're thinking, okay, this one's over. Not so fast. We're just getting warmed up. Nathan Powers going up top to Matt Morrow. Morrow hauls it in with 1:10 left to play, and Leicester's in front. But we're not done, Lacombe.
We are not done because Auburn, the 3 yards and cloud of dust offense, decides to move the ball, and they move it all the way down to the 2-yard line. Steve Saucier is in by the skin of the football, and the Rockets get the score with 14 seconds left. Auburn gets the win in the top cop game. All right, so that's a tough one to top, the top cop game, but our second game of the season features Northbridge and St. Peter Marion, the defending state champions in their division. Northbridge taking on SPM, a team they handled pretty good a year ago. New teams, new athletes, but the Northbridge guys know, hey, even though they're a new group, they're still Northbridge. Teams are going to be coming for them.
Knowing that every team has our name at an asterisk and circled 300 times, it honestly makes me want to come out here and just work that much harder. Just to walk around and have everyone knowing that hey, we're Northbridge.
The last 3 years have been very to Northbridge's side, so we got to make sure we keep that, and those kids have to understand that. So they got, again, big shoes to fill, but we're pretty happy. We had good numbers out here, and we think we got guys who can fill those roles, and we just got to make sure we coach them up.
We got our first look last year at them, and it was one of our better games. I think we beat them pretty well, 46-0, I believe the score was, and they're definitely going to come back with a vengeance, of course. I mean, I know I would. So we're looking forward to see what they have next year, and I'm sure they're going to give us a run for our money. I think a lot of the kids here are really willing to step up and show everyone else what we have now. It's time for us to shine.
All right, Northbridge and St. Peter Marion, our coverage begins. It's an afternoon game. You can see it, though, on Charter TV3 beginning at 7 o'clock, and it should be a lot of fun. You've got two teams with two good defensive lines in this one, Kev. And St. Peter Marion, they've got a lot to play for in this game, try to get a good start. Maybe a little more on the line for the Guardians, I'm not sure, than the Rams here in week 1.
Yeah, I would say so. Just the revenge factor that they got whacked last year, and they talked about this in the preseason. They know what the score of the game was last year. They're going to be out for revenge. You look at Northbridge, a lot of new names, but that is a program. These kids get ram horns shaved into the side of their heads when they're 8 years old and they're ball boys on the sideline for Northbridge. They know the tradition. It's their time now.
They're going to be good. Vaudreuil's tough in the middle. We'll have that game for you coming up on Saturday. Man of the match when we come back.
The Friday Night Football Frenzy is brought to you by Nichols College. Learn, lead, succeed. Berterra Nissan of Auburn. Unibank. Pucci Spine Jewelry. The law offices of Joseph J. Carigula. The Sullivan Group. The Central Mass Safety Council. Holy Cross Athletics. Visit us online at goholycross.com. Mid-State Auto of Auburn and Milford Federal.
All right, man of the match time. My man of the match is Uxbridge quarterback Max White-Cohen. Throws for over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, runs for another touchdown, and he leads the Spartans to an opening week win over Quabbin. Max White-Cohen is my man of the match.
Mine's going to Prouty's Joe Tebow. A school record 7 catches, 209 yards through the air, 3 touchdowns, the longest from 48 yards. Joe Tebow, the big guy from David Prouty, man of the match in a big win for the Panthers in a hey, they're an undersized group. They go out, they play a good Southbridge team, and they get a win.
Yeah, and you look at Max White-Cohen now. Of course, he loses Oliver Sawyer, the great wide receiver from a year ago, but everyone else in that receiving core returns. They worked hard in the summer. Again, last year he was moving the ball around, hitting these guys in the regular season and in the playoffs. Now they have another whole summer to work together, and they were on that turf every day, working on their pass routes, working on their timing. They put the work in. It showed tonight.
West Boylston and Clinton is a great rivalry, and it is one that historically has been dominated by the Gales. This is a big win for West Boylston, and a lot of different guys, as we saw late in the game, really becoming a factor for the Lions. They need to kind of have that depth, and a big win for the WB tonight as they try to flip the script on the rivalry a little bit.
You talk about hard work and putting the work in the preseason and during camp, and that's what the Shrewsbury Colonials did. They put in some long days. John Aloisi's a heck of a head coach, and they put in a lot of long days. He put his guys through the paces, worked them, repetition. There's no substitute for repetition in football. They did the work. It paid off tonight with a huge win over Shepherd Hill on the road.
Rock, Chalk, T-Hawk.
Where are they going to be in the poll?
Rock,
where are they going to be in the poll? And what is the
T-Hawk.
playlist going to be? We'll see you tomorrow night at 7 o'clock for Northbridge and St. Peter Marion. Thanks for watching, everyone.